Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to everybody who is new here. Also, this is Pro Wrestling Logic, where we discuss the pro wrestling of yesteryear as well as the modern junk. And some of the modern stuff is good, most of it is not. Anyway, this is the March 11th, 1995 edition of Wrestling Superstars, and the review there of Mantar, presented by Jim Cornette, letting it be known that also Jeff Jarrett and Razor Ramon will face off for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania. Why Cornette would announce this, I don't really know, except maybe Mantar kind of hired to be ultimately kind of a barrier in that, I suppose. Anyway, Razor Ramon up and around and basically trying to get at his adversary here. Mantar certainly does not do well. Mantar rushing at Hall, aka Razor Ramon, pretty quickly and getting him under the skin, and ultimately, a little bit of power. Mantar pushing him back. Hall manages to get a big body slam on Mantar. The match goes about 5 minutes 20 seconds, and Razor gets all his signature stuff in, but not before getting splashed by his adversary here. Several splashes in the corner and simple stuff. Mantar in pretty basic control, and ultimately managing to get a near fall, kicking out, and not exactly getting anything going in a positive direction there. Needless to say, clotheslined by Hall. Hall manages to kick into the midsection there, and ultimately Hall manages to get a couple of spin rounds, basic maneuvers, and all the like. And over the top rope, the roadie with Jeff Jarrett comes out, tries to distract Razor Ramon. Razor Ramon gets a brief run. Meanwhile, Jim Cornette very unhappy, and the pickup of the Intercontinental Championship, almost teasing that Razor is going to win it again and hold the championship, is there. That leads to a confrontation between Jeff Jarrett and Razor Ramon that does not necessarily bode terribly well. Hype for the WrestleMania report. The celebrities that are going to be there: Nick Tarantino. Then we get Jonathan Taylor Thomas of Home Improvement fame at the time. Also, Jenny McCarthy and Pam Anderson are the women that are to be there. Female celebrities at the time: Scott Hall Diesel and Shawn Michaels. Your semi-main event, of course. Lawrence Taylor kind of beginning to hype the fact that he, in fact, is going to be in the program as well. Jean-Pierre Lafitte starts to talk in French about being a pirate. He's going to sink the ship that is the WWF. That's his basic foray, and ultimately going to get things going in a pretty quick direction there. Ultimately, kind of keeping things in a good derivative and hitting a couple of runs there. Needless to say, it's an interesting deal, and Jean-Pierre Lafitte manages to inspire some fear in folks. Anyway, Doink the Clown doing the babyface thing. Dink still with him, which I did not realize Dink was with him almost the entire time. But anyway, Doink and Dink are out here. Doink has a squash match. The match is with none other than, I believe, is it Gary Saba? No, not on this particular edition, but Dink basically mocks the enhancement talent. This particular individual is none other than Doink facing off against Charlie Hunter. Doink gets a couple arm drags, drops to holds, takedowns, arm drags, and ultimately a body slam followed by the whoopee cushion. Doink gets a quick victory there. Then we move to Bob Backlund defeating Kent Ranger. Again, Backlund, super short match, not exactly in a position where he is doing much other than trying to gain, submissions going into the submission match with Bret Hart at WrestleMania 11, which I don't think has been announced yet. Needless to say, that is the majority of that match. There's a focus on the chicken wing, as it were. Bam Bam Bigelow with Ted DiBiase pinning Bob Holly 709. Not a bad match, blocking a back suplex and flipping over and landing on top of Holly for the win. Bigelow, though, having a 7-minute match with Bob Holly going into the nature of the Lawrence Taylor match. I don't necessarily know that was smart business, but at the time, WWF didn't exactly do a whole bunch of smart business there. It's, it's an interesting run, and ultimately, punch kick. Bigelow does manage to try and hit the diving headbutts. Also, Ted DiBiase, presenting the various members of the $1 Million Corporation, King Kong Bundy, is presented, as well as, but not limited to, the introduction of Kama, the Fighting Machine, as a member of the corporation, and Tatanka is there. I believe IRS is there, and basically what they are doing is getting ready for the WrestleMania 11, where the football players will take the other side alongside Lawrence Taylor. That is the basic run here, and we will be back with more right after this.